one will come up, and then after that, nothing.
So 100.
Up and because I counted at home, but I want to double check.
So there's the 2, 50, 60.
Hey, back at the treasure chest with another What's Sold video for you guys, because we sold a couple high dollar things that we'd like to show you, but we're going to show you everything that's going out tomorrow. First thing we sold is a Sesame Street Farm Friends little fabric book. And this is out the door for $8.99 plus shipping to Canada, international shipping. Buyer paid $12 for shipping. And Janelle, why do we have a little book selling for $8.99?
I don't know. I got that at the Goodwill bins a while ago, so I'm not sure why I got that.
I'll put this back in our poly bag. I took it out so you guys could see what we sold. And this should be a quick, easy ship. I usually don't ship international things in an envelope because I worry about like customs wanting to open the package to inspect it. So I'm not going to fold it up tight. I'll leave slack so it can be open and resealed if customs decides they want to open it up to inspect the package. But because this thing's so small and light, I'm going to go ahead and go with an envelope for international. And then I usually just write the country that it's going to on there. And the weight. The weight's going to be like 2 ounces. It didn't even register on my scale. Next thing that's sold is a 24K Polar Plush. And if you want to know more about this plush and where we found it, go check out our previous video, the motorcycle haul video, where Janelle talks a little bit more about this. Sorry, I try to learn plush. I try to talk about it. I can't. I don't know plush. I think, you know what? That's right. I do remember this. She did say it's a puppet. But this is out the door for full price at $99.90. And I think she just dropped this listing a couple days ago. So this was a quick sale.
Today.
Today she just dropped it. So really cool. Again, we store everything in poly bags. The reason you don't see this in a poly bag is because I took it out to show you guys. So we're going to put this back into a poly bag. And I'm actually going to ship this into I think it's called a 12 by 12 by 8. It's a number 7 priority box. But I think the proper size is 12 by 12 by 8. But it's actually like 13, 13, 9. I don't know. I don't know why I'm rambling on about sizes, but whatever. But I don't want, because of the value of this plush, I don't want to squish it into a small box or a small poly bag. I want it, presentable. And the buyer certainly paid enough for shipping on this too, so we got a lot of money to work with for shipping. Let's lay it right in there.
Got the thank you note?
I do not have the thank you note. Let me grab the thank you note. I always try to tuck the thank you note in the poly bag so it doesn't get lost in the box. So I would think a lot of people are just going to grab their item out of the box. And the packing paper I'm putting in here isn't just for protection during the shipping. It's also if someone wants to cut this box open with a knife, it kind of gives a little more buffer for the knife so they don't cut into the plush. Next thing that's sold is a Philips Sonicare powered toothbrush. And Janelle found this at the Amazon bin store on $8 a day, and we've had that listed since last month, so just a month. And it sold for $33 plus international shipping to Israel, and I believe the buyer paid like $19 for shipping to Israel. I'm just gonna wrap this in some bubble wrap. Not really necessary, but it's going international and just a little extra protection. And I did weigh this item before I packed it, because when you ship international, they want to know the weight of the actual item. Probably use a 10 by 10 box, I'm thinking. Do just fine. And just a little. I'm actually going to resize this box because it's international. I want it as light as possible. Little trick I do is I do like finger widths when I cut it, so that way it's the same all the way around to measure how far up to cut, if I'm explaining that right. I'll just go inside. Thank you is in there. Drop it in. And that'll be that. See, now I can trim off a lot of this extra box that's not really necessary. And I usually save these flaps because I'll use them to wrap up small items or reinforce delicate things that we might pack up. Totally unnecessary, but international, a little extra tape never hurt. Next thing out the door is a couple cooling fans for a computer. They're actually waterproof. Found these at $2 a day at our bin store here, local bin store. And these sold for $40, not plus shipping. They're actually free shipping. We hardly ever list anything free shipping. The only reason these are going free shipping is because I could not find any sold comps with shipping. And everything listed for these was with free shipping. So to compete, I went ahead and did free shipping. So I looked up what the shipping is going to be without the padded flat rate envelope. And it's like $8.60 to ship it to them. And a padded flat rate envelope goes out at about $8. And then I'd have to use up some cardboard to reinforce these a little bit because I wouldn't trust these just flapping around in an envelope, which I'm sure they would be fine, but being a $40 item, I just want to make sure it gets there safely. So I'm just going to use a free priority box. It's not worth the effort trying to save 50 cents on a padded flat rate envelope, and then the amount I have with the cardboard and labor doing that to get it in the padded flat rate envelope. I'll just use this, and we'll give them a little bubble wrap. Why not? This is horrible. I'm getting a new piece of bubble wrap. Much better. We'll use that for something else. This is more for void fill, I guess. Just to fill up the box. I'm not too worried about resizing this box because it's not going to save that much weight. It's not going to be worth my time. Let us know in the comments how Janelle is doing managing the camera. I'm hoping I'm making it easy for her and not sliding things out of frame too much on her. And another one out the door. Next I'm going to pack up are some Dansko sandals. They sold for $30 plus shipping. Exchanged a few messages to the buyer on this one. They had a couple questions on it and we answered the questions and they bought it. I think they actually put an offer in, or did you offer them, honey?
I think they offered and I countered, and then they asked me the questions.
They were originally $39.99, and so 30 bucks, it's still a pretty good profit.
Yeah, I paid $6 for them at a regular Goodwill.
Oh, that's cool. And you just listed them too, I noticed. They haven't been up very long either, so cool. Gonna use a shoebox for these. I actually love shipping shoes. They're so easy. Almost as easy as a Plush. Usually 90% of the shoes we sell fit into these shoe boxes. We don't sell a lot of shoes because Janelle does not like sourcing shoes because she doesn't like cleaning shoes.
Nope. Nope. Don't like cleaning shoes. They gotta be in pretty good condition, or at least worth quite a bit for me to pick them up.
We have actually heard of some people enjoying cleaning shoes, and they find it, what, therapeutic, I guess, or something?
They can have it.
We do not. So that's why we don't sell many shoes. And another order out the door. RFID card reader scanner thing. Not sure what it does, how it works, but I'm guessing it's to read cards, magnetic stripe cards. Kind of scary, not quite sure why someone would use this for. I don't know, maybe it's for card access, maybe for card swipes to get into buildings and stuff too, maybe, I don't know. Sold this for $16.11, and we picked this up at our local bin store again. And it was fill a bag day. I think you fill up a whole bag for, what was it, $25 you fill a whole bag.
IKEA bag.
Yeah, an IKEA bag. So I just threw in a bunch of stuff. I didn't even comp anything. I just grabbed stuff and filled up the whole bag and brought it all home and sorted through it here at home. And here's 16 bucks. So a little bit more and we'll have our money back at least. Just gonna throw this in a 6x6 box. Probably overkill. Probably could have went into a padded envelope, but it's first class. Hopefully it doesn't put us too close to that 1 pound weight. And maybe I can use some of this mess from earlier. We gotta get a thank you. Tape. A little of that, a little of that. And a little of that. And out the door that one is. Once I put my excessive tape on there. Next we sold is a plush. It's a Playskool Snuzzles. And I'll give you a second to get a little look at that.
Vintage.
Vintage. Janelle found this at a rummage sale for $1?
It was kind of like a bundle price she gave me. It might have been like 50 cents.
Okay. But yeah, get a look at that. We'll tell you the price in a second. It's actually international shipping to the UK. We had this listed for $195? $195-ish. I'm currently running a 10% sale on the entire store to try to move some old inventory. This was listed for a couple weeks at the $195, and that 10% off, what?
It was listed for like a couple days.
A couple days. Oh, ouch. Ouch. She was shaking her head at me. Maybe we should have kept it at that $195 and not include this in the sale. Well, with the 10% off sale, it brought it down to $175. We're not greedy. Well, maybe we are. I don't know. It brought it down to that $175, and it sold very quickly after that sale started, actually, the 10% off sale of our store. But hey, it's still great profit. I'm going to start with an plain brown 8x8 box because it's international, so I can't use the priority boxes. You can use priority boxes international, but then they have to go priority, which is a lot of money for international. The international we ship is first class, which goes up to 4 pounds. So we will start with taping our bottom. And do you think we should resize that, honey, or do you want to just use that full-size box?
I'll just use it, I guess. I mean, why not? That way it's not smushed at all.
Keep the ears in here. Did you know this was a high dollar item when you saw it?
Yeah.
Or did you comp it? Oh, okay.
Nope. I've sold these before. I think I sold a lion, and I don't recall if I've sold any others. I do remember the lion.
Is it because of that flannel or plaid look to it?
Yeah, well, it's the Playskool Snuzzles. collection, so to speak, and there's different animals, with that plaid pastel, the head is like a terry cloth kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, I guess pretty rare. They probably got wore out pretty quickly, so there's not a lot of them left, and they're worth quite a bit.
We'll just lay it in there flat like that. Float it in the middle of the box, so if someone cuts into the box, it's not going to cut the plush. Especially customs. I don't know if their customs department's going to want to open it up and inspect it. And a little more tissue paper, and I think that's going to be good. And this is why Janelle loves selling plush. Am I right?
Yes. Well, and Plush, for the most part, is no matter if it's rare or not, you get it cheap. Whereas if you're selling electronics or glassware, different categories, you find the rare, expensive things, and usually you're kind of paying up for it. But Plush, not a lot of people know about the...
A lot of people don't know what they have with Plush.
Right, which, I mean, you wouldn't really think about it, I guess. I never really thought about it before getting into reselling and, starting to look these things up, but it's pretty surprising.
Out the door that goes. Donna Floor and her two husbands DVD. Apparently this is a rare DVD, probably as rare as that relationship with two husbands is. And where did you find this, Janelle?
I found that at Goodwill. I think it was $2. Caught my eye, something different.
And this is out the door for $44.91. 91 cents because we have our 10% off sale going on. So I'm guessing it was, what, $50-ish?
Maybe.
Probably.
49 or so.
DVDs, especially high dollar DVDs, are kind of a pain for me to ship. This is going international to Australia, so I definitely want to box it. And for some reason, I have not bought any boxes to fit DVDs. I don't know why. Maybe I should order some. So this is why it's a pain, because I got to resize this box. I'm going to at least cut it in half to get the shipping weight down, being that it's international shipping to Australia. We'll go 4 fingers. Oops. Beer's kicking in on that one. Did you know this was a rare DVD, honey, when you found it, or did you just happen to comp it and you're like, oh, I guess I'll buy that one?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it on the shelf. I don't get too crazy looking at DVDs. I'd be there forever looking at them, but I look for ones that, aren't typical, I don't recognize them. They look different. So yeah, that caught my eye. I'd never seen it before, never heard of it, so I grabbed it and looked it up, and not a lot listed, and not a lot sold for that reason, but when they are selling, they sell pretty well.
I'll wrap it in some bubble wrap before I stick it in there. And fun fact, Janelle is what would you call it, a movie buff?
Yeah, I like my movies.
So if there's a movie that she has not seen, chances are it's probably rare. Whereas, whereas I'm not as much, I ran out of tape on my other dispenser there. I'm not as much of a movie person, so you could probably name very popular movies off to me, and I'm not going to recognize them. So,
this movie, as you can imagine, it sounds.
Well, the title
it's different.
Sounds
yes,
different, so.
it's different. So I looked it up to see what it's about, and it's not necessarily what you would think. So she's married to her husband.
She's got 2 husbands.
No, she's married to her one husband, and I don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure, that he's kind of a loser. I don't know if he doesn't treat her right or whatever, but he ends up dying, and she gets remarried. And when she's remarried, he comes back as a ghost, and they're all in it together. So I don't know any more than that. I haven't watched it or anything, but...
It sounds like a weird movie you would watch. Kind of. I mean, is it a love story or is it kind of like a creepy movie?
Well, it's either a comedy or a love story or a combination of both. It's not like a horror or anything like that. No, it's definitely like it kind of sounds like it would be a comedy, but I haven't looked that far into it. I'm not.
Janelle likes horror movies. She's not into the love stories, so that's why when she started talking ghosts, I'm like, oh, that's kind of right up your alley. And she likes strange stories and creepy stories and stuff.
I like Stephen King. That's my...
You get into some sci-fi too.
Oh yeah. When it comes to movies, I like the futuristic things. Sci-fi, horror.
And there we go. If you're gonna sell a lot of DVDs, get yourself some DVD boxes. It's a pain, but we don't sell a lot of DVDs, so I guess that's why I haven't really ordered them. Next thing, sold a baseball glove for $19 plus shipping. Not a huge item, not a huge home run or whatever, but we do sell a lot of baseball gloves. It's a bread and butter item for us. We collect them and find them all winter long. Not just winter long, I guess. Garage sales too, all year long, I should say. We'll find them at garage sales, thrift stores. We usually ship baseball gloves in the priority boxes. Totally don't need to. I mean, you can just stick them in an envelope. The only reason I put them in the box is presentation-wise. And because the priority boxes are free, they're light, they don't really add to the shipping cost. But this instance, I'm actually going to put this into a padded flat rate envelope because it'll be cheaper. It's $11 to ship this in a box to where it's going. So it's probably going pretty far. Yeah, it's going to Utah, so halfway across the country, which is why. So I'm just going to slip this guy right in here. And instead of paying $11 for shipping, we're going to pay about $8. That is a horrible seal job.
Nothing a little tape can't fix.
Oh, we got a lot of tape. All right, so we had to come out of the shed for a bit because we have a local pickup for something else that we sold. It's a little bit bigger sale item. We found these two chairs. I was driving by a garage sale and Janelle actually told me to drive by it and not bother getting out because there wasn't anything there, and it was just a bunch of furniture and stuff, and I saw these two things sitting there and I knew immediately that this sucker here sells for some good money. It's called a Peacock wicker chair, and if you don't believe me, check some comps on eBay and even probably your local Facebook marketplace on what they're selling for. I got out of the car, went to the guy running the garage sale and asked him, hey, how much for these chairs? He said, name your price. I don't know. How much you want to give me? And I said, well, I have no clue. I don't know what these go for. Give me a price. And he said, $7 each. As soon as he said $7 each, I told Janelle, pay the man. And I grabbed the chairs and threw them in the car. Janelle was a little apprehensive, like, I don't think they're going to fit in the car. And I told her, these are fitting in the car. I don't care what we got to do. They're going in the car. So we jammed them in the car. Poor Frankie had to like peek through this part because it was in front of him in between the seats on the way home to get him home. So we got him home, got him listed on Facebook Marketplace, and we got somebody coming here very shortly that's very excited to pick these up for $450 for the two of them.
Yeah, I've been looking for literally forever.
Wow. Nice.
Forever. Because when I was first looking, I saw a bunch on there and I was like, oh, they're always on Facebook Marketplace. One will come up, and then after that, nothing. So I was like, oh, I'll extend my search, my mileage a little bit.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh.
Frank, come here. All right, so 100.
Up and because I counted it at home, but I want to double check.
So there's the 2, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, right? There's 300. So then we got 20, 40, 60, 80, 90.
So that's what, 390?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Well, no, wasn't it 450? It was 450.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so hold on.
I'm thinking, originally we had it at 500 and then we put it down.
All right.
Marked it down. There's
a 5.
20. Yeah. Well, yeah, you can organize it.
I'm like, I know, I'm hitting. I'm like,
it's okay.
Okay, that should be good. Please double check though before I.
That's okay. Thank you. I think you counted it. Did you count it too?
50.
This is 50. 20, 40, 50. Frank, do you want to carry the big one?
I got it, guys. Seriously. No, I appreciate. Listen, you guys have no idea how much. Like forever, I've been looking for these.
Awesome.
I'm watching you. Go ahead.
Oh, get a running start.
Come on, use those long legs.
Use your muscles. Go.
Hope you guys had fun seeing what we sold tonight. That's going out the door tomorrow. Let us know if you got any big sales recently. And if you haven't had your fix, check out a couple videos here and here, and we'll see you on the next one.